Hello, beautiful and gorgeous people. As you can see, I'm doing a DIY today. I am going to be creating Easter baskets for my babies. So I have a 6-year-old and almost 4-year-old. She is going to be 4 at the very, very end of May. So I want to ensure that whatever's in the baskets is age appropriate. So a fun fact is these particular baskets, I couldn't even begin to tell you where to get them because I've had them for years. I have reused the same Easter baskets since my kids' first Easter. Now, I do remember, I think this one came from Target, as well as this I've been reusing year after year. Don't judge me. And then this basket, I want to say I got from Michaels. And as well as this, I've been reusing year after year. And it has served me well. I'm all about reusing things. Okay, so it is important, I think, like I may have already said, that things are age appropriate that's in the basket. And that's really what started me off in even creating baskets in the first place, because my oldest, when her first Easter came, she was about 3.5 months old. And it's very hard to find an Easter basket for that age group. So this is where this came from. So let's just go ahead and get started. Since they're kind of close in age, they're about 2.5 years apart, I try to get them something that most things are the same, some things are different. Okay. Oh, and I also have these bows. Okay. Let's see. These bows have been through some things. I've had to reattach and all that kind of stuff, but they're still holding after some years. They're still holding on. All right, so let me show you what I'm going to put in it. So this is the oldest and this is the youngest, okay? The negative about this particular Easter basket is it is so deep. So I have to try to make things sit up in it. And this one is fairly easier to me to stage because it is wide and I don't have to worry about the depth of things. So I'm going to start with the books that I have. So I have this Unicorn World book. I got it from Five Below. Actually, today it has some stickers in it. It has some activities in it and things like that. So I'm just going to take that and let me ensure. Okay, yeah. I want to ensure that I'm putting it in the right way. Okay, so that's that. Hold please, it feels like people are messaging me and I just want to make sure that, okay, I'm not missing anything that needs my immediate attention. Okay, so that, and for my youngest, I have this right here. It is a Mickey Mouse Big Fun book to color. Just a lot of coloring pages along with some activity pages in it as well. And so that I'm going to kind of sit on top. So I'm sitting this on top of the stuffing, and this one I moved the stuffing forward and just set it right in there. So it kind of looks similar and you can see it. Okay, next, both of them are getting these right here. These, Lisa Frank is near and dear to my heart. I got both of these from Five Below, and this is just a sticker book, 600 stickers. This brings back memories for me, honey. Love it. Okay, so I'm going to put that to the side, and same thing over here. Okay, next, I believe I'm going to put in, I like to get them books that they could read. So my oldest is just getting into chapter books. So I have this Junie B chapter book, fairly easy. She is, once again, 6. So I think this is a nice addition for her. And then for my youngest, I got this book that I thought was cute. It is a Dr. Seuss book. I've never read it. I'm actually kind of excited to read it once they open up their Easter basket. All right, I'm going to put, I think I might keep this kind of similar. Let's see here. Okay, this is where it starts to become a little bit of a challenge for me. let me flip this. I could also just move the stuffing around in it, but I think I want the back to be a little bit more up. And then that way it could kind of look more splayed. Okay. I don't know if you can see that. Hold on. Let me shift y'all. Okay. There we go. So see, it looks a little bit more splayed. All right, so as you may or may not know, Joann is going out of business. So I perused Joann. There wasn't a lot there, unfortunately, but I did find these little Slime Labs things. They're by National Geographic, and my kids are always asking to make slime. Now, I may regret this. I may wholeheartedly regret this, but I'm gonna put it in the Easter basket anyway. Okay, now this just reminded me that I need to make sure that this is up. So let me, okay, hold please. I gotta take all this out because I forgot that this is also shorter. All right, now let's try it again. Okay, and as I get more in here, I might try to fix it a little bit more. I also got this diamond painting thing. This I got from Hobby Lobby. Okay, one is a bow. This one is for my youngest. There are only, I believe, 2 different colors. And then this one has more colors in it. It is a unicorn. Okay, so for youngest and for oldest. I'm not sure how this diamond thing is going to go for the youngest, but my oldest had something similar that she got for Christmas. And my youngest really wanted to play with it, but it was just so many little pieces. So I'm hoping that I can guide her through doing this. All right, so bubbles. Bubbles are always a must. Okay. And let me tell you a secret. These bubbles I already had. I can't remember if I had purchased them for something else previously before, but because it was sitting in my pantry, I'm going to go ahead and throw it in there because I forgot it was in there. And if I forgot it was in there, I know my kids did. Okay, so it's starting to get a little bit harder as I put things in. So I'm going to continue to show you some things that I'm putting in there, and then I'll figure out the way it's all going to look a little bit later. So I also got some, I'll show you this first. I got these little pins. These came from Hobby Lobby, and they have like the multiple colors on it. And it's supposed to smell like something. I think each of these are are they each supposed to smell like something, each of the pin colors? All I know is it says, smell so good. Right here, smells so good. All right, let's put these in. Okay, next I have candy is a must. So we have candy necklaces. And then they both love Pringles. And I thought this was a pretty cute packaging. So Pringles as a snack. I got these from Five Below. These are Slinkies. Listen, Slinkies don't last very long in my house, but we're going to try it and we're going to see how it goes. I have one for each of them. Normally, I believe the oldest has gotten a Slinky before and the youngest has not. So hopefully getting each of them a Slinky will make at least one of them last a little bit longer. I also have these charms. Let's see, they look like this. So these are, I think, like a knockoff version of Jibbitz for Crocs, and they both have a pair of Crocs. So I'll slide that in there. I got that from the dollar section at Target. I know, yes, Target. I have some popping candy with lollipop. They love Bluey, so we'll see how this goes. I think I got this from, Kroger. And then jelly beans, I feel like are a staple for Easter. So they each have their own little small jelly bean bag. They will not be consuming all of this in one day, or at least that's the plan, to not let them do that. And then I like to put candy and eggs in there as well. So we have each 3 separate flavors of some Lifesaver Pops. Oh, and these Play-Doh. Okay, so for my oldest birthday, I did like a little gift bag for each of the kids in her classroom. And I have a bunch of these left over. So I am just kind of putting them out here and there. There were like 42 like of these size in a pack, party favors. So I'm gonna give them a couple of those. And then we have some eggs filled with different candy. The candy are Starburst, Skittles, plain M&Ms, and Snicker. My kids are not allergic to peanut butter, so I'm okay with giving them the Snickers. And then I, of course, have some left over. So I'll probably, dig into that here and there a little bit later. And so I'm just gonna put some of these eggs in here. I think there were 24 eggs. I filled all 24 of the eggs up. I'm not entirely sure I needed all of them. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 4, 6, 8, 7. Okay, 7, 9. I either can't count or I'm missing some. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 23. Okay, so I'm just kind of missing one, I think. So as you may or may not can tell, I try to make sure that they are pretty even in what they receive. Okay, and the last thing I like to do is give them a golden egg. And the golden egg will generally contain like $5, $10 or something like that. And so let me go get that. And then I'm going to like reposition these things, and we're going to shrink wrap it all up and put a bow on it and wrap this up. Okay, so I'm back with some moolah. So last year we had not last year. Was it last year? Year before last. Before we moved, we had a house, a backyard, and during COVID specifically, I just wasn't too interested in being around a whole bunch of people. So I did my own little Easter egg hunt in the backyard. And I hid golden eggs. So ever since then, I've just been using the golden egg to put money in for these years that I'm not throwing my own personalized Easter egg hunt. So we're just going to kind of shift some of these things around here and there. I do understand that this is not going to be perfect, and it is okay if they open this up and find some little treats here and there at the bottom. I thought I had 3 lollipops in here. I do. It's underneath. But I still want to kind of make it look a little pretty. Okay, so I think that's the best I got. So I have, what did I do with it? Here it goes. Okay, so I have this shrink wrap. I got this from Hobby Lobby. There are 2 in here, and it's $1.99 a piece. I hope this is going to be big enough. We shall see. It says 30 by 30 on the bag. Ooh, I can't believe I was hoping it was going to be big enough because look how big this is. Okay. All right, so we're going to open this up, and I'm going to try to place this basket in the center. Okay, there we go. And I'm kind of looking at the sides to see if it looks like it's as centered as I can get it. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I am going to do like the shrink wrap option. So what you do is you take just some type of heating element. Some people have like special things, special heating guns or something like that for it, but I'm just going to use a regular old hair dryer. And let me see if I can do this. Yeah. I'm going to try to position it so you can see me actually blow dry it. So hold on. Okay, I'm just using this on low, I guess low heat and low air, because I have two settings on my dryer. So both of them are on low. And I may move this one to warm. We'll see. It depends on how well it shrinks. Okay, so I'm just trying to do one more check because once you shrink it, that's it. All right, so let's turn it on and get to shrinking. Okay, so let me get the bow. And while I am tying on the bow, I'll tell you what changed. So I actually did use high and hot. And as you may have noticed, I was just kind of doing a like this motion, but you really have to concentrate it on the part. And that's when I really started to notice the shrinking effect. So now I'm just going to tie this bow around it. All right, and there we go. So that is the first basket ready to go. This is for my oldest. I'm going to reposition some of the things in my youngest basket. I think that unfortunately, it's going to be a little bit difficult because it is a deeper basket. I just don't think I'm going to be able to be as successful as I would like to be in placing these things. But what's important is not necessarily how it's placed. It's the labor of love that I put in to create this basket. And I also know that she's going to enjoy everything that is in this basket, whether it can be seen perfectly or not. That does not mean that I ain't gonna try though. Yeah, I think this might be the best that I can do. So let's get to shrinking this one. Pull this out. It's sticking out and I don't like it. I thought I was going to be able to pull it out. Okay. All right, so again, I'm trying to make sure this is kind of in the center. There's like a seam at the bottom, and I'm trying to make sure that the seam is in the center of the basket. Okay, I'm also trying to make sure that it's kind of the center from here to here, because as I shrink it, it will, I want this top part to look as even as possible. And so that kind of comes in play. Well, how do I want to say it? The way you can make that happen is by making sure that the basket is placed as even as possible in the shrink wrap itself. That's how you'll get the top part to look pretty even. Okay, now however you hold this at the top is how it's going to be stuck. So try to make sure you're holding it in the center. Okay, and try to make sure you're holding it kind of center as well, or however you want it to be. Now listen, it ain't gonna be perfect, right? Nothing's ever perfect, but we just want to try to make it look as nice as possible. Okay. I just realized where I put the dryer was not the best spot. I'm sorry, y'all. And it was warm. Ooh, I'm just trying not to drop the dryer. This dryer has seen better days. All right. All right, so as you may or may not notice, I also try to focus the shrinking around the basket area and leaving this part kind of alone. All right, so we're gonna tie this bow on as well. Child, 1 year, my youngest tore her little bow to pieces. I was so hurt, and then I realized I could fix it. But, whew. She's a little destructo. She's let me pull it apart and figure out how to put it back. And if I can't pull it back, lose my patience. And as a parent, that can be hard to like steer correctly, but I also know that there are positives to a child being interested in doing things like that. I'm going to shrink wrap a little more around this basket. Okay, there we go. I think I was a little bit nervous doing this this first basket because, you know, it's been a year since I've done this. All right, so let me place these on the table so you can get a final look at my baskets. All right, so here we go. These are the baskets. This one is for my youngest. Okay, and this one is for my oldest. All right, that's it, you all. Thank you all so much for watching this video, for sticking it out with me. I cannot believe that Easter is so close. And I'm so excited to be able to get these baskets done and out of the way. Generally, I'm a procrastinator at heart. So generally, I'm doing this like the night before or a couple nights before. And so I'm so excited to get it done a week ahead of time. And mainly it's because, my kids are off enjoying their spring break. So I figured I'd get it done while they're out of the house enjoying themselves. So now I just have to find a good hiding spot until Easter. All right, so that is it. Thank you all so much for watching this video. Are you creating Easter baskets? If so, what is one thing that you try to make sure you always put in your Easter baskets? Or if not, where are you purchasing your Easter baskets? Just, in case in future years, I might find myself in a clutch and I may have to buy a basket. All right, that is it. I will see you all next time. Please consider hitting the subscribe button. I would love to have you join me in my future videos, and I will see you all. Bye.